Welcome to the deep dive.
Hmm.
We're here to sift through different sources and, pull out the key insights for you. Today we're getting into something really personal, something I think touches almost everyone. It's this idea of returning to yourself.
Huh.
Have you ever felt like you're constantly trying to fix yourself? Or maybe become someone totally new just to feel worthy enough?
Hmm.
It feels like being on this endless self-improvement treadmill sometimes.
Huh?
So our mission in this deep dive is to really unpack this, well, pretty radical idea that healing isn't about adding more, becoming someone else,
Right.
but maybe about unlearning who you were never meant to be, like shedding those layers.
Exactly. And it's fascinating, isn't it, how often we treat self-love, self-growth, like this
Yeah.
this project. We think we need to add things, skills, achievements, more discipline, hit these milestones to finally be enough.
Yeah, that checklist mentality. If I just fix this.
Precisely. If I change that, then I'll be my best self. But what if, like our sources suggest, it's actually the opposite? What if the journey isn't adding layers, but peeling them away gently?
Peeling them away. I like that.
To find who is always there underneath all of the expectations, the conditioning, it's a completely different way of looking at it, much gentler.
Okay, so if we're peeling layers, not adding,
Mm-hmm.
let's unpack self-love then.
Yeah.
Because sources say we often misunderstand it. We connect it with visible actions, right? Things you can show off.
Mm-hmm. Like the Instagram version.
Exactly. Bubble baths, perfect
Right.
skin, that aesthetic journal page. And look, those things can be great tools. Nothing wrong with them.
For sure. Comfort, expression, totally valid.
But they aren't the core of it, according
Yeah.
to this perspective. So if it's not those outward things, what is real self-love? What's the shift?
Well, the sources really emphasize that real self-love is much quieter. It's steady, often invisible to others. It's not a performance.
Right.
It's that internal choice you make. Like when your thoughts get really dark, maybe self-critical after a mistake.
Yeah, that inner critic can be loud.
Right. So self-love in that moment isn't posting about your tea. It's the quiet voice inside that says, okay, let's meet this with compassion, not judgment. It's that conscious moment where you decide, I don't need to earn my own care. I just deserve it because I exist.
Wow. Moving from earning worthiness to just recognizing it's already there.
Exactly. It's inherent, unconditional. That's the foundational shift.
Yeah.
It frees up so much energy we spend trying to prove ourselves.
Okay, that's a really powerful reframe. And if self-love is that internal, quiet commitment,
Yeah,
that completely changes how we see healing too, doesn't it?
absolutely.
Because then healing can't possibly be a straight line. Our sources are clear. It's not linear, not some road where every day is better than the last.
No fixed point you arrive at.
Right. They say healing is messy. And that feels, well, incredibly true to life, this cyclical thing, not just always upward progress.
Mhm.
But if you're used to thinking progress is a straight line, what's the trap? When that tide goes out, like you said,
Mhm.
how do people avoid thinking they've failed?
Ah, that's such a key question because that's exactly where we get stuck, right? If it's not linear, what does it actually feel like day to day? The sources use this great analogy, the messy part. Some days you feel amazing, like you've conquered so much.
Unstoppable.
Yeah. And then other days, boom, you feel like you're right back at square one, questioning everything.
And that's the trap. Thinking square one means failure.
Exactly. Interpreting those days as proof you're not healing right or something's wrong with you. But the sources say, no, that back and forth is the process. Think about the waves at the shore. Tide goes out, tide comes in. Both are part of the ocean's rhythm.
You wouldn't call the ocean a failure when the tide recedes.
Precisely. So both movements, the ebb and the flow, belong to your healing. It's normal. It's natural. Understanding that helps release the self-judgment. You can meet those tough days with more compassion, knowing they're part of it, not a detour.
That wave analogy really clicks. It takes the pressure off needing to be up all the time. Okay, so healing isn't linear. What about growth? We seem to misunderstand that too. We think it means like hustle harder, never feel pain again, become flawless.
Yeah, this perfect mistake-free version of ourselves.
It feels like such a relentless demand, this idea that growth has to be outward, visible, perfect. Why do we feel that pressure so much?
Well, I think society really pushes that narrative, doesn't it? Constant upward movement, external success markers, promotions, money, status.
We see it everywhere.
We do. But connecting back to our sources, real growth is often much quieter, more subtle, internal. It's realizing you don't react the same way you used to. Not because you're suppressing, but because something inside has genuinely shifted.
Like choosing peace instead of jumping into the drama.
Exactly. Or finally understanding that walking away from something draining isn't weakness.
Yeah.
It's wisdom. It's self-preservation. And, how often do we really celebrate those quiet internal shifts compared to the big, loud external wins?
Hmm, probably not enough.
Our sources suggest we really should, because those internal changes are the foundation of real well-being. It's about who you're becoming, not just what you're achieving.
That focus on quiet internal growth, it leads right into something so many of us struggle with. Feeling behind.
The comparison trap.
Totally. The world seems obsessed with speed, comparison, constant progress. It's so easy to feel like you're late to your own life. You see others hitting milestones, career, family, whatever, and you measure yourself.
It's almost automatic.
Yeah. And yet the sources offer this simple, powerful message. You are not behind. Why is it so radical, and why is it so hard to actually believe it?
It feels radical because it cuts right against that dominant cultural story of set timelines, right? Graduate by X, career by Y, family by Z.
The unspoken schedule.
Exactly. It creates huge pressure. So what's fascinating is this call for radical acceptance of your own pace. The sources are clear. There's no universal timeline for self-love, for healing. You're not supposed to have it figured out by a certain age.
It's your clock.
It's your clock, not anyone else's. And they use that beautiful nature analogy.
Oh, the flower one.
Yes. A flower doesn't rush to bloom just because the flower next to it opened first. A tree doesn't rush to rise taller because another tree already touched the sky. Everything grows in its own rhythm, and so do you. It's about trusting your unique timing, your seasons of growth and rest. Resisting comparison is an act of self-trust.
Okay, so we've covered the quiet nature of self-love, the nonlinear path of healing, respecting your own rhythm for growth. But let's get real, like the sources do. This journey back to yourself. It's not all gentle breezes and affirmations, is it? Sometimes it's really uncomfortable, challenging.
Oh, definitely not. It's crucial to acknowledge. Sometimes self-love actually looks like discipline, hard choices. It's saying no, even when it's easier to say yes. Saying no to things that feel comfortable but keep you stuck.
Like ending those draining conversations, or even relationships.
Exactly. Or holding a boundary even when your voice is shaking, even when it goes against that old people-pleasing habit. It takes real courage. It's about honoring your needs, even when it creates friction or discomfort.
Yeah, that friction. Especially when others were attached to the old you. That's tough.
Yeah.
Growth sometimes means letting go of versions of ourselves that people loved or that we loved. The sources mention grieving those versions. It says it's painful because people get attached to who you were, your softness, your availability, your compliance. That hits home, doesn't it?
It really does. That discomfort when your evolution inconveniences someone else.
So how do we navigate that pressure to stay small, stay compliant because it's easier for others? What do the sources say about choosing yourself when it might cost you?
It's a vital question, and the sources are really direct here. They basically say, you cannot shrink yourself just to make others comfortable.
Wow. Straight up.
Yeah. Growth is choosing yourself, even when it costs you connections. It highlights that sometimes prioritizing your authenticity means relationships will shift or end. People get comfortable with your predictability, maybe your willingness to put them first.
So choosing yourself isn't being selfish, it's integrity.
That's a great way to put it. Integrity to yourself. It can feel lonely sometimes, outgrowing old dynamics, but the sources stress it's necessary. The cost of not growing, of shrinking yourself, that's ultimately much higher. It's abandoning yourself.
Okay, this is all making so much sense. If this whole deep dive is about returning to ourselves, unlearning, navigating challenges, what are some practical things, like daily anchors, not quick fixes, but things we can actually do on this journey?
Great question. The sources offer 5 really solid practices, anchors, just like you said. First one, absolutely fundamental. Speak to yourself with gentleness. That internal narrator, it's powerful.
Changing the script.
Exactly. Instead of I'm broken, I'm learning. Instead of I failed, maybe I discovered something. It's not just semantics. It actually helps rewire your brain toward compassion.
Okay, gentleness. What's second?
Second, let yourself rest without guilt. Seriously radical in our hustle culture.
Tell me about it. The guilt is real.
It is. But remember, productivity is not proof of worthiness. Rest isn't lazy. It's medicine. Ask yourself, do I genuinely need this rest? If yes, take it. Guilt-free.
Easier said than done, but crucial. Okay, third.
Third, surround yourself wisely. Protect your energy, your space. Move away from people who only want the old, convenient version of you. Seek out those who celebrate who you're becoming, those who see and support your unfolding.
Choose your community carefully. Makes sense. Fourth.
Fourth, Celebrate small wins. Growth isn't always dramatic, often it's subtle. Noticing you didn't overthink something as much. Sleeping peacefully. Pausing before reacting. Those are huge. Honor them. Acknowledge them.
Yeah, those little shifts add up. Okay, and the last one.
And finally, number 5. Practice presence. Healing isn't about racing to some perfect future. It's about learning to be here in this moment. Even if it's imperfect, incomplete, uncomfortable. Finding peace now, not when I finally get there.
Inhabit the moment. Those 5.
Yeah.
Gentleness, rest, wise company, small wins, presence. Really practical anchors. So wrapping this up, what does this all really mean for you listening right now? I mean, you don't need to become someone else. You don't need to fix something that wasn't fundamentally broken to begin with.
Right.
You're just uncovering yourself.
Yeah.
Layer by layer, memory by memory, unlearning what wasn't yours, returning to who you always were. Your work isn't earned. It's just there, waiting to be remembered.
And that begs the question, right? If you strip away all those layers, the expectations, the shoulds, what is left? The sources offer this beautiful truth. You were never unworthy, even in the darkest times, the messiest mistakes. Your worth was untouched. You don't have to earn love, especially your own. You just have to remember it's there. And they leave us with that powerful mantra, sort of a guiding truth. I am not late. I am not broken. I am not behind. I am becoming.
I am becoming. I love that. So think about the sacredness of your journey, your unique rhythm, in a world that pushes you to conform, compare, rush, feel like you're not enough.
Yeah.
What new courage could you find today in just embracing that sacredness, your own timing? Thank you for joining us on this deep dive.